How are you guys? It is Monday night, the last week of January. Can you believe it? Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm going to just run over and grab a couple things while we wait for a couple people to hop on here. And then we'll get down to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. How many of you guys love watching, oh, I need a white cardstock, Mulan? Good show. A good Disney film. My girls really liked it, so I ended up watching quite a bit of it. All 3 segments of it. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? How was your weekends? Good, I'm hoping. Oy, oy, oy. I don't have any light on me. I'm not sure I'm going to get the good light on me. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, that's a little brighter, is it? What's my hair doing anyways? There. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. I am seeing who's on here. Hello, Miss Cheryl. How are you doing? It was so windy today. Oy, oy, oy. Cheryl and I did a rendezvous. So I'm Lori LaRose, and I am from Rocky Mountain House, Alberta. And we are a little crazy here in this town. We meet in a parking lot. Just like back in the old days, we used to cruise Maine. Who used to cruise Maine when they were kids? I don't think the kids do that anymore, do they? We used to just drive up and down Main Street. I never did. I really, honestly, I don't think I did it once. But the kids used to, and then they would gather at the top, and at the time it was a grocery store parking lot, and they would discuss where the parties were and all that kind of stuff. We used to actually think that there was probably drug deals going down, but who knew? But now when I'm doing drop-offs and stuff for the product, there's kind of a deal's going down, but it's just not drugs. Thank goodness for us, eh? Anyways, okay. Otherwise, the cops would be there, and it's just a different world. Anyways, all right. Yeah, it was very windy. We went out for a little drive, and I thought I was going to get blown off the road. Hey, if you are traveling still, I'm just looking at it. It's 8 o'clock in Alberta. Maybe if you're where you are, it's late and you should be going to bed. But the snow was drifting. Did you have any trouble with that going home? Did you have patches of snow drifting on the road? Anyways, all right. I'm going to start because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's get started. And sorry for that dizziness. I don't know sometimes why I do what I do. Okay, there we go. So she said it's windy. Hello, Vicky. How are you, hon? Oh, man. You see what I'm using now. I try to be so sneaky, but it doesn't work all the time. Okay. So I think I can show you guys. On the weekend, we had a really fun day called SSS Super Events or something like that. And me and some sister demonstrators brought our teams together and we made cards. And I made a crazy card. Wow! How fun is that? And it sits up so cool. And it looks really cool on my, I have to say the clouds look a little bit like I missed some glue when I first look at it. I mean, once you start looking, then you know it's clouds, but otherwise not so much. But I cut out a couple clouds. I actually stole this guy from the card I had the other day, so I have to make another one for that card because it's way too cute. Added the little umbrella, had a little grass. This is a really cute die set, and I used the little tiny, it's kind of a puddle, but I used it as just a little shadow. And so there is a die that cuts that out. You could stamp it a little bit more, but just having it just him standing not in a puddle, but on a shadow kind of. So I did it in crumb cake this time, but you could do it in, what's that gray color? Slate, soft slate. Is that the right word? Anyways. And then because I wanted to have this on a different piece, and this is a moving card, I ended up bringing in a little bit of twine, which FYI, there's some really cool twine in our big catalog, the big annual catalog. And I think it's pretty reasonably costed. It's pretty reasonably priced is what I'm trying to say. It's the In Color Baker's Twines. And it's in all these fun colors. So if it doesn't stay in the main catalog, you still would be very happy for a whole other year having it on hand. So let me know if you would like to have that. I am going to work with, and maybe I'm not. Oh, so I'm not working with this set. Playing in the Rain is a super fun set to work with, but I'm actually trying to work with Country Bouquet, which I thought was right here as well. I'm working on a class. This is a really cool one too, but I'm also not working with it. I am working with a set that was released last November, but is part of the little mini catalog. Oh, and I don't have a mini catalog. What did I do with everything? Holy mackerel, you guys. It's a Monday for sure. Well, this is not good. Talk amongst yourselves, perhaps. Okay, so I'm having a class on February 5th in my home, and then February 9th, I can still get the stuff shipped to you if you let me know you would like to come and play with us. I'm going to do a Zoom class as well, and we're going to work with Country Bouquet. And I'm not sure why it's called that, honestly. It's hearts, right? Now, the Country Lane, the paper, I do understand. And the class cost is $30, but it does include a half pack of the paper, which I'm just bringing over here. And this I kind of understand because there's quite a bit of, so although there's some little hearts and details, there is also, hi Betty, how are you? And this is quite fun. I love this little piece. But there is super cool. Sorry, I'm trying to show you. It must be on the back of this one. This one at least makes some sense because I get that there is some flowers. One of the main images in the stamp set, if I ever find it, honest to goodness, I'm working on this class right now and I am not really quite sure what to tell you as to where it is. But yes, if you'd like to play with it, this is not a card that we'll be making. Sorry, just looking over there. This is not a card that we'll be making in the class because it's working with also these dies, Fancy Florets, which I might just need to move right on to that. As I'm looking around, I will tell you that I took one of the pieces of the DSP and I quarter cut it and then a little tiny extra. Oh, and actually I might not want to do, oh yeah, I probably do. So then I brought in a piece of, so the colors in, so I could use any color. The colors in the paper pack are Sweet Sorbet and Petal Pink. And I was trying to figure out what I could put in behind here. So I may change out this piece, but for right this very second. So this is one of the dies, and all it does is do a border on that, like a round. So it doesn't cut out ovals. It just makes, and I thought, oh, hearts are kind of fun. I had an idea of doing a whole bunch of hearts around here, but that will be very difficult without the stamp set. Now, if you are doing the Zoom, the stamp set is not included, but you can get it ordered up in time for the 9th. And so that would be super fun. And otherwise, there's probably different hearts in your world that you'd be able to use. Holy mackerel, you guys, I honestly... I know you guys aren't necessarily stumped by the fact that I'm this disorganized, but I actually am. Especially if you saw how neat, oh, here it is. I was going to say, especially if you saw how neat my room is. I didn't put it alphabetically, but I did put it on the shelf on top of everything. Sorry about that. So this is the Country Bouquet. Hi, Connie. And one of the stamp sets is a 2-step, and it definitely is floral. And so I'm going to work with these guys though, basically. And I showed, so I didn't, okay, full disclosure, I didn't even hardly need this because, although I will need some of it, I have this set up on my Stamparatus. And so I'm able to cut out all of them at the same time. I do need to go and get some ink. I am going to work with the Mossy Meadow, because that's a color that's in this paper. So why not work with that? Sweet sorbet, of course, is not over there. That would be make too much sense. I'll bring in Poppy if I'm really stumped, and mint macaron, just in case. Some white paper, and I found the punch too, girls. All right, we're cooking with fire now, guys. Sorry for that delay. Okay, so what I did with this little dealio is and for those that have watched 100 times, my apologies, but I did just do a punch with the punch, and then I laid this guy in here and lined up my stamps so they'll be perfect, and you'll see exactly what I mean in 1 second here when I get going. So I'm laughing. I brought over a whole stack of white paper. Oh, is this one just going to be good? Man, it's going to be tight. I think I have to do my hearts first. So the Stamparatus is a pretty cool little thing. With our stamps, you do need to have, and I forget this all the time. So why I shifted that is because I'm going to feed it in, so I need these guys to be at the bottom of the paper, not at the top. So I'll just get this in here, and I'm just going to use my magnet to hold it in. And I'm going to bring in, and I'm not seeing, so it is supposed to be sweet sorbet. But if you're like me at this very minute and not finding your sweet sorbet because it's probably somewhere super cool, I'm just going to stamp up with the Poppy because it's a pretty similar color, and I think we'll make it okay with that. So the Stamparatus is pretty cool. If I'm not quite happy with maybe having missed some of that or something, I can stamp it again. And it goes right back down to the same spot. So I get, and it is supposed to be sketchy, I guess is what you'd say. And now when I turn this over this way, so this is what's kind of cool is the hinge lets you use 2 sides of each of these. You get 2 of the plates when you buy this. And now, nice. Now when I bring this in, and it's a little bit inky and wet, so I don't want to touch it because I'll smear it a little tiny bit. Do you know what? My eyeballs, the red eye, it shifted just a smidgen when I was stamping it, I think. Anyways, I'm going to punch it out and we'll play with it anyways. Then you can line it up, and all 4 images match up perfect, so that's kind of fun. And then I'm going to do it again, and I'll just see how close. Yeah, that'll work just fine. And then I need to have another piece of paper, which the green won't fit on there, but that might. Okay, I just have to show you what I'm looking at here because it's driving me crazy. I have like a gazillion pieces. Oh, no, that's not even going to be. So I have all these pieces, and none of them are big enough for the job that I need right this very second. It's like, okay, there's one. It's driving me a little crazy because it's like 4 inches thick at least. And it's like, oh, for really? Are you kidding me? Okay. And again, so in lieu, when you're getting started with stamping, I would love to help you out. Right now is a great time to get started in stamping because we have a thing called celebration going on. This is not wide enough. You guys, it's driving me crazy. All right. Holy cow. So I'm just lining up that I'll be able to stamp everything and punch it out, for goodness sakes. Celebration. So for when you're shopping, you get to have free stuff. So more stamps, paper, and whatnot. And you get to have, oh my goodness. I'm not even sure what I'm saying. I'm a little distracted because I don't know why. Anyways, now is a good time to get started. When I first started, so I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 20 years, and when I first started, I was just a couple months to celebration, and one of my customers, who is still actually one of my team members now and has been for like years, 15 years or so, she had a party for me, was a hostess, and she was like, oh, are you sure you're not giving way too much stuff for me? Like, I think you're giving me too much stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, it's good. It's all good. And she's like, no, you're giving me too much. Because as a hostess, she got extra rewards as well. Now, I'm not going to clean this off, but I am going to put mint macaron on top of it. And I'm just going to press it off once, actually. And now it'll be more macaron. It's going to be a little bit darker than a full macaron, but it's not. It'll be good, is all I'm trying to say. So I'm pretty sure the Stamparatus is about $67. So as soon as you are starting to stamp, you do need to have blocks or the Stamparatus. And the Stamparatus gets you right, like it gives you all of your blocks that you could possibly have. And at $67, it's actually a heck of a deal because of the blocks being the prices that they are too. And at $67, you have an easy way of stamping, as well as you get your first, you earn your first reward. So long and the short, if you're a brand new stamper, it'd be great to get a Stamparatus. If you are a long-time stamper and have been looking at the Stamparatus for a little while, but you have lots of blocks and you're like, me, I was reluctant to get one, and now I really like it. I still use blocks a ton if you watch me, and I have been doing lives for like 3 years practically now. But I have to tell you, I actually really love the Stamparatus, and I really didn't like it to begin. Like, I was like, nobody needs it. And I didn't think so. And people would buy it, and I'd be like, why are you buying it? But then I got one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. So I was wrong to think anything different. All right. Hey, Connie. Yeah, it is a game changer. And actually, I forget a little bit how much of game changer. I've got a couple seniors. I'm actually a senior. I am a senior at Shoppers Drug Mart already, aren't I? But I do have a couple seniors, and they really love it. And I think it was, who was it I was talking to? Maybe you, Connie, actually. When I was talking about one of my longtime gals, and them not being able to stamp so much because they had shakes, and it was suggested to me. I think it was you, right, Connie? That maybe a Stamparatus would change her world. All right, I'm going to bring in the back side of this, and I'm hoping, but I don't know if this will fit, and I think it might just. Perfect. And actually, I'm going to come all the way down because I'm going to stamp back like here. I'll punch it. So I have seen a few where we're using these guys, so I'm just going to see what this all looks like. It's not going to be a very long card once I got going, so that's a plus. And I am really not quite sure, honestly, why they are calling this a country bouquet as far as the heart go. I know you can get heart bouquets for Valentines and stuff like that, but I still doesn't really make sense to me. This is cute. I guess some of these should probably have a little bit of dimensionals on them, so I'll throw one on here. Another guy on here. This guy I'm going to have here. Then I need some words. So in this set, it has, I love that we are friends, and just wanted to say, I think I'm going to use just wanted to say, and on the inside we can say what we'd like. So I think this will look good as well as a little dealio as well. So I'll stamp this here. So I kind of discombobulated today because It's so windy. No. I don't know why. It just didn't feel like a... I was aware that yesterday was Sunday for sure. But I didn't feel like today was Monday. And so at supper time, I was like, oh, I got to go on live. Yay. Except, what am I going to do? That's always my question. Hi, Marlene. How are you? All right, so I'm just going to cut this straight across here. Hopefully as straight as it can be, not. So a lot of times I come back with better stuff as far as cutting goes. This should probably cut here as well. Oh my gosh, did you see my fingers go? Okay. And we have some dies that would cut out, I think these are called flags, flag banners. But if you don't have them, scissors work. And the idea is to cut up the middle. I cut this a little bit too close, but then over as well, and away it comes. So that sometimes works. These banners don't match, and oh, that's nice. It's actually, you know what, I'm going to cut this like this. Do you guys, are you as bad as me when you're trying to cut just a perfectly straight line? Sometimes it doesn't go the way you want. I'm going to bring this in here. Perfect. I'm going to bring in a couple more of these guys. I am just trimming up this guy. So I want him on top. So what I am trying to do is have a few of these poking out still through. And I have seen a few of these like this. I feel like he needs to come up. He's getting hidden there. So let's pop him up onto some dimensionals as well. I need a couple of them for him. So I do go around the corner. That's what you're seeing me using is I just snip, snip, snip around the edges. Otherwise, our honeycomb dimensionals are really awesome. And in fact, I kind of like the edges too, because a lot of times we end up using the edges. So if I want to, I could have him quite standouty, right? I just need that to be there. On top of everything. Or I can have him tucked all the way around. I think that's probably best. So then he also needs to be up. And I'm only going to put it on the bottom because I'm going to glue his top to the thing. If you are ever making shaker cards, which I should do with you guys once, but then you could have the outside edge for long strips. So it's kind of nice to have it the way it is. Let's just put it that way. Okay. And this guy here. And this guy, I really am having trouble figuring out why he's poking up the way he is. Can I just say it doesn't make any sense to me? But there he is. He's being a pokey up guy. I should just glue it down. It'd probably take less time. We've had that conversation before, haven't we? Oy, 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 you guys. It really would be better just to glue him. Oy! Having a heck of a time. This is supposed to be so cinchy right now, and meanwhile it's like la da 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 da. Oy, oy. Okay, use a little imagination. This guy has to be in here too. Oy, oy. Get where you're supposed to be. I hope you guys can use your imagination and pretend how beautiful this would be. Okay, there it is. So it's a little short one tonight, hey? So I was listening to one of the girls on the SSS, and she always tries to have like under 15-minute video nights. I kind of pretend I'm going to be 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Well, okay. And lately I've been a full hour each time. But this time I did it. So super simple idea. Had seen sort of, if you go on Pinterest, you'll see some ideas pretty similar in the idea of just kind of looping these guys down a side. I'm not sure that I saw it paired with this guy. I have seen this guy used, but I didn't know, I don't think like this. Anyways, the bottom line is, I like it. So there it is. Let's zoom it in a little tiny bit. Oh, sometimes I have such difficulty. So imagine it grouped properly, but there it is. And I do think this would look really nice with, oh, and you know what? Some of the twine, that I was just talking about at the beginning. So again, this baker's twine, one of the colors is the sweet sorbet. So we'll bring some of that in. I bet you it'll look great in here. It's probably exactly what it needs. Ta-da! Awesome. So that's it, you guys. If you have questions, please reach out and touch base with me. I am doing a country bouquet card class coming up, like I said. Let me know if you're interested, and I will figure out how best to get you product or where you fit in, like what we're going to do with you. This is not one of the cards from the class, because that wouldn't be any fun to do a card that you already saw. But yeah, I have 3 secret cards to come up with. I will give a half of a hint that a couple of them have neat folds. Dun, dun, dun. But okay, I will. Oh, sure. Now everybody gets on here. Oh, isn't it currently available? Oh, you know what? Yes, Betty, I do know that it's not available. The stamp set is available, and I can get you discounted on the punch. But no, you will not be punching out all snazzy like I just was showing you. However, that's okay, because you can get the punch afterwards if you'd like, and be punching like a crazy woman. And for the class itself, you would be able to fussy cut a little bit. And if you're coming to my house, see, I do have a punch, so you're able to get it. But yes, the stamps are available right now. So you're right. It's sort of not kind of available. All right. I will talk with you guys tomorrow night live back here at 8 o'clock. And in the meantime, have yourselves great days. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.